Ready to work. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Engine's painted, right? From the last vlog. Let it sit for about 24 hours, give or take, with the tape on everything. I already took off the side cover. I took off the oil pan. It was extremely easy. I didn't mess up any of the paint so far. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. But I'm ready to work, guys. I love you. I'm glad you're back. Let's start wrenching. Keep gunning. First thing I want to do, guys, is get this crank bolt on, right? I want to get this orange tab to line up with the tensioner before removing the chain, because obviously I'm doing an oil pump conversion. So I am just going to simply turn it. This motor has a lot of compression, you can feel it. Pause. It's going to go back. Give me a second here. Let me just get it. Okay. Right there. It's going to lock in right there to where I can see that hole. Pause. And then I'm going to put that factory pin that comes in with the new tensioners, right? So I'm going to put that one in there, and then I'm going to slightly turn it so it can get some tension right there. So it's holding back. Now I'll be able to remove these 10s. Removing the tensioner first, nice and easy. Now by doing that, you won't get that bad like snap back from here. You don't want any of that. You don't want to hurt nothing. So we have our tensioner off. We're gonna put a brand new one on. So for now, we'll leave this guy right down here. This chain is pretty much almost ready to get taken off. I just have to, I don't want to flip the motor back around. I want to keep the oil where I can see it on top so it doesn't get stuck in any galleys. And I'll be able to clean with a microfiber all the oil that's sitting in all these pockets in here. So the easiest way to do this is to grab a 12, which is right here, and I am going to release from down here. It's not that difficult. The two 12s on the guide. Finished. Done. I'll leave this down here so it could soak into the cardboard. I had a microfiber here. I am pretty much ready to remove this timing chain. So just sit it back over here. Timing chain comes off. We're not using this, so we'll sit that here. Now, I don't necessarily need to worry about anything here, but since I'm already in this area, I just got 3 10s to take off. Am I looking at the wrong side of the... You get it. I got 3 10s. I have these guides new. So I'll sit these 10s here because this hardware is clean, and I'm going to reuse this OEM hardware. It's very, very clean. I picked this motor out of 3 different motors of 4s, of RBB 4s. So we're finished here. We can move on to the oil pump. Again, since I'm right here and there's 3 10s, I'll just remove this tensioner. Nice and easy. Should pull back a little bit. Hold on to that. There it is. This is going to get thrown out. We'll save the 10 mil hardware, which is already very, very clean. So I'll put that there. So we're pretty much set. We could remove this chain now, or can we not? No. So these 2 hex keys here, which I believe are a 5. Let's check. Yes, it's a 5 mil. These you never want to take off with a gun. You want to kind of get a ratchet, which I thought I had out. Bear with me. How are you guys enjoying these vlog series? Okay. These two hex keys, I never take out with a gun. I'm afraid that they'll pull back and strip. And if you mess these up in here, you're screwed. Crack them. See how tight that is? Make sure you push onto the ratchet. And now, if you want, you could use the gun. But then you're going to have that problem of pulling this hex key out. These I have brand new. I'm going to put those on. I'll remove this guy. I have brand new. That's all going to get thrown out. See how it's stuck in there? You want to be very careful using a gun in that area. Better safe than sound. This chain is garbage. Can it come off like this? No. So it's either I angle this out or just wait until removing the oil pump. And I'll do that in the next clip. We're on to the oil pump removal. You want to get rid of this big ass dookie mechanism here, 14 mil. Sometimes these are a little bit of a pain in the ass with a 3/8. I'm just going to use the 1/2 inch. Very easy. Done. Teach you a little trick here. Some of you know it, some of you don't. Should have learned. So since there's so much yucky stuff here in oil, you could just simply, on the boat, put this around so you don't have oil splashing everywhere. And if it is going to splash, it's going to catch it in the microfiber. Now those 14s we remove. We're not using these. They're garbage. Let's get them far away from this engine. Next up is 12s. This guy, the 3/8, can handle it. Microfiber again. We're moving on to the 12, and you're saving this long 12. Last one. You're saving this long 12. You can toss this one out. This oil pump is ready to come off. Very easy. We're going to go on this side, lift up. It's pretty much ready. I can take care of the rest. You're just basically breaking the dowels loose. Pull this chain back here. Let that hang there for now. And just put this down right away. You want to throw that out as fast as possible, but you kind of don't want it to be dancing around in your hands in this area. It's out of the way. The next thing to do is to remove these two baffles, and those are simply 10 mils, and these can get nasty if you don't let the motor drain. There'll be oil sitting in these pockets around the 10, so thankfully there's none here. We'll put everything down. Then we'll throw everything out once we're finished. Made a mistake. Should remove every 10 as I loosen them, because you don't want it. If I hit it, microfiber catches it, 10 falls into the motor, we have a bigger problem. Baffle is gone. Oil pump completely removed. The next thing to do is to block off this port here. I'm going to show you guys how to do that in the next clip. Entiende? It's important to pay attention. I like to use this kind of screw here, like a sheetrock screw. Bear with me, I'll help you out. So here in the middle, I just lightly tap it just to set the line. There it is right there. Sometimes this is easy, sometimes it's a little bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to try to thread it in a little bit. Okay, that's as much as it's going to go. Just simply take like a dike and hope for the best that it comes right out. Nope. So it's going to need a little bit more. It's going to need to thread in a little bit more. Let's see if I can just get it to pop out that way. There it is. Out. Come on, Aki. Help these people out. Got it. Just throw this whole thing out. You got plenty of other screws. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a 12 millimeter. I'm going to clean this area up first with some brake cleaner. Find a 12 millimeter, put a little Honda Bond around it, and send it through. Short, clean 12 mil. I cleaned that area already. Just a nice little touch of Honda Bond. That's it. That's all you need. Maybe a little too much. Thread that in by hand. As much as you can. $12 mil on a ratchet. One. It's already there. Just a half a turn from here. Done. That's tight. That's finished. If you don't do this part to the oil pump conversion, you're gonna have to really ruin your day. You're gonna have to do it. This is very important to do. It's very simple. You just take your time. It may be a little intimidating, like, oh man, I'm scared to do something like that. I hope I don't, drill too much and pop that pin out. You're fine. Everything's gonna work out. Work calm, work quiet, and get that part done. Now we can move on to cleaning this area, and then I'll get the baffle in. I like to use like an inspection sticker scraper. I got this silicone line here, and I want to work nice and neat, one shot. I don't want it to break off. I want to be able to catch all of this one time. Maybe hold it up here. When you get to that 10, come around this way. I may be blocking you, I'm sorry. It'll make sense in a few. So that's it. Take off that silicone nice and easy. And you're not spraying brake cleaner. If you are going to use brake cleaner to clean this surface for the oil pan, but you're going to put it back onto your scuff pad, like I always teach you guys, with spraying brake cleaner on this nice and light, and then you clean it off here. So I'm going to not bore you. Just, you know what? Let me just do this line with you. You guys could see? Kinda can see. Not really. Hopefully the camera tracks. It's going to break off here. All the silicone is falling outside of the motor. Let's give it a nice loop. Work neat. Job gets done easier. That's it. That silicone is off. Now there's the only thing left to do to have this surface ready for the oil pan. Scuff pad, light brake cleaner, and then clean off through here. Let's get that baffle on. Now you know you're putting the baffle the right way when that 12 mil that you put sits in this pocket. So that 12 mil that you installed is going to sit right there, right where it belongs. So it's very simple from here. You're going to take your 10 mils, you're going to start to thread them in. Now, maybe it's a better idea to grab a 10 mil, put it on an extension, so we don't mess up. We'll just do one of these. Now we have 6 bolts. Maybe put one across so it sits nice. I cleaned everything under here, wiped everything down, put a little bit of brake cleaner on the microfiber, and I got that all neat. The right thing to do is flip this motor, and this pockets that I couldn't catch the oil in, just let them seep out. Now I might do that because I have to leave in about 20 minutes to do a dads and coffee with Scarlett at school. I don't want her to be the only student that doesn't have her father there. Those kind of events mean a lot to me because I know that feeling of wanting your parents to come to school and they don't show up. It's a rough feeling. So I always consider that for my daughter and my son. So I'm just going to tighten up this baffle And then I am going to spend, it's probably going to be about 35-45 minutes, and then I'll come back to work here. But we will continue. Take my ratchet. I'm going to tighten everything by hand on the baffle. Done. 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 But now, guys, when can you see me? Can you see me from over here? All right. When I come back from having some shitty ass donuts and some dark roast fucking coffee, I will put the oil pump in with you. And I'm back. Thank God I didn't miss it. My daughter looked beautiful. They sang 2 songs. Balance, ladies and gentlemen, balance. Remember that movie Infinity Wars? Thanos? Balance. You can do both. You can build some awesome machines. You can also be a good father and spend time with your family. The oil pump is on. Brand new chain is on. Got my hardware here. I messed up on one clip and told you guys throw out this 12. I completely forgot. I'm sorry. So both the 12s that you remove from the old oil pump, the longer one and the shorter one, you keep them. And obviously you just put a simple 10 millimeter here and you tighten that up. Okay? So we'll drop in these 12s now. And then get ready to tighten all this up. So I'll set up on the tripod again. I got everything here ready for the timing chain. These hex keys that I told you. These I don't really trust reusing them. Every now and then, it depends on how easy they come off. But anyway, everything is here. Everything is set. Let me get going. I'm going to tighten up the oil pump. I'm not going to really hammer on it. I'm going to just finish it with the ratchet. So just till it touches. I have my 10 here ready, just till it touches. You kind of don't want to do stuff like this with a gun. Half turn, good to go. Touching the surface, a little bit more, good to go. Swap that to a 10. Touching, half turn, and good. That's finished. Stay with me. Let's get this guide on first. I always mess this up when it's upside down for some weird reason. Alright, we're going to thread that on. You guys good? You're with me? Hold on. Let's see if I could help you a little bit more. Right there. Okay. Thread this on by hand. We always want to put this on first because we don't want that tension or adding tension quite yet. So, hex key, number 5. Ratchet. Same thing. Should be done by hand only. So let's save some time and drive it in like this. Hope you're enjoying the information. So when I'm not around no more, you guys will be able to watch this video in a couple of years. 10, 20 years from now, still be watching these DIYs and be good to go. You won't need me anymore. Okay, so I know that these two are tight, my 10 is tight, and now I can add my tensioner to the oil pump. This is a ported 4-piston oil pump. Very expensive, but very worth it. Jump over to this side, get my tensioner going. I'm going to grab my 10 mil. And I'm going to keep this lock in there until I'm ready to go. So you have your 3 10s that go here. You'll see it lines right up. So let me stop working like a jerk. I'm righty, so go this way. Should have one bolt in at a time in your hand, so you don't drop nothing. Once you get two in, it'll be much better. Now I can grab my socket and use it for the last one. Okay, same concept. Use the gun just a touch. Ratchet by hand. This is aluminum, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to be the Incredible Hulk. Tight, tight. These 310s are tight. Once I pull this, you'll see tension happen. That's it. Now, if we spin this crank right now, you'll start to see this give in and out a little bit for the right amount of tension. The oil pump conversion is complete. What's left to do is put it on timing. And do I complicate this video and add it into it? I don't think so. You guys have seen me do timing chains before. I've explained it too many times. So what I'll do is I'll prep this motor for basically the side cover. So I'll have the oil pan on. I'll have it on timing. I'll be able to lash the valves. And again, you could search my playlist. I've covered all of this plenty of times. I wanted to do this part right here specifically because this is actually much more common than anything else. So, every K24 belongs with an RSX Type S oil pump. Whether it's ported or factory, it needs it. Well guys, that wraps it up for this vlog. Again, maybe sometimes my videos need to be a little bit shorter and straight to the point. I think I kind of messed up my YouTube stint because I would probably cram too much information in one video. And like noticing, like if you're ever searching to do, you know, how to plug a tire, the guy's not necessarily showing you driving the car in, putting it on a lift or jacking it up, removing the tire, explaining and part numbers to whatever plug kit he's got. Then he does the DIY and then puts it back in, and then a bunch of talking. I should have been more of oil pump conversion kit on K24. This is how, and then just right to that. But I think I did it somewhat right too, because I've taught a lot of people to build their own cars. I've taught a lot of people, most importantly, I gave people the confidence to do their own stuff and to trust themselves. And I know plenty of you guys send me over those DMs and you say, Aki, thank you so much for the knowledge. I got my first toolbox. I went to Harbor Freight. I bought $600 worth of tools. I've got everything now. And I'm going to build my car based on your videos. I'm so glad I can help all of you do that. I also like to have my own time and my own peace now. I value just putting music on, having the fan running, and just going, man. It's just a flow of work, you know, where every tool is, where every nut and bolt is. I hate working with like a mess underneath, so I'm gonna clean that. But yeah, man, this motor is getting a lot of cool stuff put on it. Again, if you haven't joined the giveaway, I promise you, you just gotta trust me one time to join, and then you'll see the experience. You can ask in the comments. You should do your due diligence. Ask people, hey, how are these giveaways? Are they real? How fast do you get your stuff? Ask every necessary question. We've covered a lot of land in these giveaways too. We've covered California, we covered North Carolina, we've covered Indiana, Boston, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island. We had a few prizes go up to Canada, so international you can join also. I don't care how much it costs to ship you guys your motors or your prizes. It will be paid for by me. You get a cool hat, you get a lanyard that's going to last you forever, you get a dope ass sticker, and you get a ticket. You want to buy more, you want to get every color, well, that's going to give you 5 different chances to win 10 different items, 10 different prizes. So with that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for helping change my life. I had some amazing news come in yesterday. I'm a lot closer to going to see my mother, put it that way. And I haven't seen my mom since October 5th, 2005. Last time I seen my mom. So again, maybe that's another chapter in my life where I could just show you my experience, tell you about my experiences when I was a child, when I was a teenager, and maybe document all the traveling I'll be doing soon. So I pray you and your family are in good health. I pray your children are happy. I pray you're happy. I pray that your mental state is indestructible. Stay strong, stay sturdy, never forget loyalty. I'll catch you guys next time. I love you. Keep going.